Alrighty, here we are on the 5.10 classwork. So just a few different types of questions here in this classwork. So I'll do one out of each section just to kind of help you get started. Okay, so the first section says match the following nets to the picture of its solid by drawing a line, then write the name of the solid. Okay, so if we look at, I think number 2 is probably the trickiest one. So remember, it's kind of like you have to do two steps here. So the first step is to find the base, and then the second step is to, ask what surrounds the base. Okay, so remember, the base is like what you can hold in the palm of your hand. It's like the flat surface. And in general, there's only ever one or two bases. Okay, there's either one or two of these. Okay, can't be any more of that. So like when you look at number 2 here, we've got a few different shapes. So we have like these longer, I'm going to color code them. We've got like these longer rectangle guys with the purple dots. Then we have this kind of squarish looking guy. And then we have these little triangle guys here. Okay, so the first thing to do is try to match, well, which three-dimensional shape does this look like? So I think we can all tell that it does not look like the bottom one, all right, because that has all rectangular and square sides. Now, it could be the middle one, but if you look, the middle one's got a lot more triangles than just two. So that means this guy would match here with our first 3D shape. Okay, so now the hardest part I think is naming the shape. So we technically have 1, 2, 3 rectangular like things. That cannot be the base. So the base comes first, right? These are like two-part names. So this would be triangular. And then since it's surrounded by squares and rectangles, it would be a prism. Okay. So I will put in here, remember these names are like two parts. So it's the base, and then it's prism slash pyramid. You have to pick one. Okay, same thing here. It's a base. Ooh, spell it right. And then is it a prism or a pyramid? Okay, so that should help you out there with the first page. Now, the bottom of the first page pretty much goes with the second page where it says, below are the nets for a variety of prisms and pyramids. Classify the solids as prisms or pyramids and identify the shape of the base and write the name of the solid. Okay, so let's look at on the second page, let's look at this, the top one on the right hand side. So I guess the second question. So first we have to figure out, is it a prism or a pyramid? So what I like to do is I kind of like to count up what do I have of each shape. I've got 2 triangles, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, square rectangular looking shapes. Now remember, you can't have more than 2 bases. So my base here are the triangles. So the shape of the base we're going to say is a triangle. And the rest of the shapes you ask, is it a prism or a pyramid? Well, it's surrounded by rectangles, so that makes it a prism. So then the name of the solid, all put together, this would be a triangular prism. Okay. So that should help with that one. I would say the rest of them are pretty self-explanatory. Try doing some color coding, all right, and count your bases. Remember, you can only have 1 or 2. And then if you have any questions, you can always send me an email with your question.